Everything is red and terrible. Hi. Are you seeing me on YouTube? Oh, right, because why are you racing into this hole? Okay, YouTube restarted because I'm using Restream. I forgot about that. Yeah, my internet just totally crapped out of nowhere. Just complete dead for a minute there. So let me try and reset some of this. I forgot that because Restream works, it just reconnects on the YouTube side too, because I knew it would on Twitch. So I just got to reload the YouTube side so that I can see it. Anyway, to your previous comment, about the codes not being specific. No, they're not. Why am I still stuck at this train station? Why are we all stuck at this train station? You! Damn it. We're all 4 trains are now trapped here because you wouldn't wait your damn turn. No, so the code that the bus is kicking out is for the catalytic converter system in the exhaust. It's, at least that's what it shows on the bus. Like this bus has onboard diagnostics. And yeah, it says that it's selective catalytic converter. And has the number and whatnot. But when the mechanic rode along while I was driving it, when the code came up on his computer, it was a transmission code. So very interesting, very interesting. Anyway, about these stupid trains. I only have 4 on this track. I suppose I could back this sucker up. No, I can't. And extend the bypass. I don't imagine I'm going to have all 4 trains here again in the near future. I just cannot believe that OG decided that it needed to be here first. So now I have to back you up to the last siding. Which is, I don't remember where. The bright side, as far as the game's concerned, you didn't miss anything. Welcome back. We had a pretty good run there. It was like 7.5 hours. And then, yeah, it just... everything black screened on like YouTube and Twitch. And I looked down and I don't even have low internet. I have no internet. At least it was about 7 hours because my counter is actually still running. But yeah, for a minute there just wasn't internet. So I think the last siding is the station down here. My go live notifications coming back again. Right, those trains should start automatically fixing themselves now. Let me go find OG at the bottom of this hole. I will grab you, turn your self-driving back on. It's funny how complicated it can be, even with just 4 trains. If they get grouped together, they just stop. So that's the other thing that we've learned, which is don't overload the tracks. The only time you can basically put as many trains as you want on a track is if the line is looped. If the line is looped, they're never going to end up head-to-head with each other. If you have a bidirectional track system, which is what a lot of these lines are, then you have to have spacing one way or another set up between the trains, or you'll end up with them doing head-to-head, playing chicken with each other. Long sidings are your friend. Do long sidings so that there's space for the trains to stack up side by side. Well, not side by side, but end to end with each other, since the game doesn't do side by side. And also avoid pathing signals at all costs, because pathing signals suck unless you're a genius, apparently. I did learn more about the pathing signals today, so that's good. I found out that I could use them for these single line sections, not for the sidings. They would work for the single line sections, because then they would help tell trains, hey, another train is going to use that center section, you shouldn't enter it. So honestly, some of this head-to-head shit that I'm dealing with may actually be solvable with path signals placed at each end of the bidirectional sections. And I got like 2 lines left to do, and I might try it on one of them. I've pretty much got uranium done. I'm not going to mess with it any further. I just want to see the train make it back to the station. We got some expressive trains out there, huh? There's a train track less than a mile from my house where they used to service some grain mills, but it's been abandoned in the last like 20 years. I remember hearing trains on it a lot when I was a kid. They were little short ones going to the grain mills, but they don't run trains on that track anymore, and the county and the city has started taking out a lot of those crossings. So the only time I hear trains anymore is downtown, because the main line's downtown. And there's actually a rail yard and everything downtown. Quite fond of this bridge. I quite like how it looks. I might actually take a break after this train gets back to the station and get some something akin to dinner. I have to say, super pleased with this triple spiral. I'm pleased that it worked, and it didn't look bad. Brake check. Definitely say it's safe to say that the pathing signals do not work the way in this game that I anticipated they would when I first started messing with them. But I feel like I'm starting to get some idea of how they're meant to work. Just the pathing process is not clear or obvious. We get the trains separated from one another. I mean, there's plenty of sidings on this track that one could add more trains. I don't know that it needs more trains. I was managing to, well, I was going to say I was managing to keep up with my uranium needs with one train. However, I had also completely filled our massive storage before I started using the uranium. So it's actually harder to say whether I actually was bringing in enough uranium to maintain it off of just one train. But we now have 4 times as much. Theoretically, which I say a lot while playing this game, theoretically, I could put a 5th train on this track and it should run just fine once they get some separation. Separation is key. This is also the only track that I put these double-ended stations in on. Okay, next stop, main station. And all of the other trains are there. And one of them is coming. I can't take pictures while I'm in the train. I can ride the train, though. And snap! There you go. 2 trains on the viaduct. That was one way to get it. I had to stand on the roof, but I got a picture. I'm literally riding the train. Oh, it saved right as I went to jump. Whoop! 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 Oh, I hit a lamppost. I'm good. We're good. Ooh. Well, that was fun. Whoop. Yep. So, which one of you is causing the bottleneck this time? There must be a train down in the main station already, and we're waiting for that one to come up here, so then that one will go down. I look at the map now, I just see everything, so I have to get back inside the train Wait, I hear it. Maybe. There it is. Unfortunately, there's not enough room behind it. So it's going to have to load up and then pull up before that train will go down. Yep. 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 Oh, there's an empty car. It's interesting how there's some vehicles you can sort of get on like this, and then there's some that you just absolutely can't. Well, you might be able to climb on just about any vehicle, but you can only ride in certain vehicles. Oh, I see the problem. I can fix that. I can literally fix that from here. Maybe. Maybe that? No, that doesn't fix that. It's not long enough. I don't know how much time I have before that other train comes back up. Land on it. Look at that. Now there's separation of space. Bye. I'm riding a train. I honestly did not know that this was an option for riding trains in this game. Oh my gosh, this is going to be rough. I have, like, earth magnets in my boots holding me to the roof of this car. Holy crap. Physics be damned. Oh, the lag. Oh, the lag. Oh, I hit my head. I hit my head. Oh, I'm falling. Alright, so if you hit an overhead obstacle, it will boot you off the train. Such as like when I ran my head into that lamppost. What happens if I'm on this car when this thing reaches down? Is this gonna hurt me? Hi! Take me to your leader. Well, it didn't kill me. Oh, but I'm on top of it now. Okay. We have verified, as far as I can tell, that was... That wasn't even the uranium train I was on there. This is the uranium station. I got on the wrong train. That's funny. So, do you guys... Hello? Do you have uranium? No? They're going through it, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure this is all connected correctly. It looks right. I need another, can I please go down? I need another train to come in so I can verify the transfer. These are showing transfer rates of around 200 a minute. It's not staying... It's not staying in very long. Where are my trains? They're all at the other end of the tracks. Okay, well, that's going to take a while for them to come back, so we'll do that later. Uranium E-train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8. Save and go. Put 5 trains on that track. I can think I can handle it. Because once they spread out, there's plenty of sidings, and the sidings are long. And even though it would take me a century to actually get through all of this stored uranium, I'd still prefer to have more uranium coming in than going out. The next one would be a super easy one because it's water. I pretty much don't have to do anything with this one. I think it's good to go. It has a whopping 2 trains and 2 stations. So let's see what our storage is looking like. Full. 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 The water looks fantastic. Boom, water's done. We're good. After that is nitrogen. What does nitrogen look like? Nitrogen has 7 stations and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains. So nitrogen will be the next one we look at. I am going to take a break and go and get some food. What am I stuck on? I'm going to take a break and get some food. I will leave you with the accordion. Whoops. Hello, kitty. Sorry, bud. I didn't know you were there. Yeah. I'll be back. Give me, I don't know, 10, 15? I'll try not to take forever. And I'll turn some music on. So I will see you in a bit. Snacked a drink. Got some hot chicken. So I'm going to try to be careful with so that I don't get crumbs all over my keyboard. So here's the plan. It's 10:30. I have been streaming for about 8 hours. I do not have a set stop time. I'm basically going to go as long as I'm feeling comfortable with. The plan right now, Monday is going to be a very late night. So my plan right now is to try and push myself a bit so that I can kind of try to be prepared for Monday. So tonight, I was going to try and stay up as late as I'm comfortable. And then I'm going to try and just sleep in as long as I can tomorrow. In fact, I should make sure my alarms are off for tomorrow entirely. Alarms and timers. Okay, all of my alarms are now off for tomorrow. So my plan is to try to sleep in tomorrow. Hey, you with that blue, I'm in the camera mode, it's gone. Anyway. What? I don't know what that button does. Pioneer camera. Where's F? Oh, F is focus. Okay. Anyway, to what I was saying, I'm going to try and stay up as late as I'm comfortable with tonight. I'm going to try and sleep in as late as I can get myself to sleep in tomorrow. Then tomorrow, I probably will, like, with pretty good certainty, probably will stream again. Because I'm going to try and stay up late again tomorrow night. Same idea. Stay up late, wake up late, and then Monday, I'm planning on leaving, like, at or before noon and heading down to Utah. But it's going to be like 1 in the morning if I'm lucky. Monday night, technically Tuesday morning, before Monday is done. So I'm trying to kind of get off of my work schedule of getting up early every morning and going to bed early every evening and switch it up so that I can kind of be prepared for Monday. So just so you know. I'm going to go ahead and stop music. Everybody, rock your body right. Hey, actually, can I hop on your train, sir? Yeah. This is the nitrogen train. So we've got 7 stations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains. 7 stations and 6 trains. I may have already looped this one, in which case, woohoo! I wasn't paying attention when we left the base to see if there was a loopback connection there. I see a bypass here. Apparently that's far enough forward to get a green going the other way. I hope it's a solid plan. Time will tell. I know I'm going to be more uncomfortable tonight and Monday night than I care to be. Tonight, because I wanted to sleep in this morning as part of the deal, but because we had the digger, I needed to help take the digger back this morning, so I had to be up at 7, which is still technically sleeping in for me, because, like, if it was a work day, I'd have been up at 5. So I was in bed for an extra couple hours. That being said, I had a hard time getting to sleep last night. I made a mistake. Well, I went out to eat with my bestie for dinner last night, and I basically sort of wrapped up what we were doing with the whole, I was dirty and sweaty and tired, and I basically ran inside. I washed my hands, washed my face, brushed out my hair, and hopped in the car and went to the restaurant. And, like, I totally forgot to even, like, drink anything. So I get to the restaurant, and I am like, oh my god, I need something. So they had ordered me my standard Coke, so I started drinking the Coke, and it took forever for our food to come. And I was like, I get it, it's a busy Friday night. So we're just sitting there chatting, and I'm just drinking this Coke, but I'm drinking it. I'm not sipping it like I usually do. I'm drinking this Coke. Oh, hitchhiker. And I got, like, most meals, if I eat out, you know, they give you a tall glass of soda. Like, 1 glass is enough for me. I never get ice in mine. And a lot of times, like, I'll get down to where there's, like, you know, an inch or so of, like, soda remaining, and they're like, oh, do you want a refill? I'm like, no, this is fine. I don't need any more. But I was going through this stuff, right? And our food finally came, and I took my first bite of my hamburger, and I was like, there was something about the barbecue sauce and the Coke. I'm like, I don't care for that. It wasn't like a flavor thing or a texture thing. I don't know what it was, but it was like, the burger was good. So I didn't really eat my burger either. I nibbled on it. So basically, I didn't get a lot of food while I sat there, but I had way too much soda. Way too much soda too fast, right? It was a good meal, good company. Got home last night, and just this pressure, like, in my chest. It felt like it was in my chest. It didn't feel like it was in my stomach. But it was very, very uncomfortable. And I laid on my couch for like an hour to see if it would settle, and it wasn't. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of basically in pain, and also super freaking sleepy because I had been up since 5 yesterday. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and get up and go to bed. Maybe being stretched out on the bed will help. Well, when I stood up, some of the bubbles moved around, and I was like, oh, maybe gas is involved. And I thought about it, and it was like, you know, I bet it is, because I drank all of that freaking soda, and I wasn't really, like, burping much or anything. So I think I got, like, vapor locked. So I managed to get into the bathroom. I have these, like, gummy candy style Tums that are for basically deflating yourself. So I took one of them, and I went and laid out in bed, and some of the air came out just in that process. And I know if you, at least for me, I don't know if it's a medical thing or not, but, like, if you lay on your left side, it seems to help get air out of your system when it's sort of, like, stuck, right? So yeah, I'm lying there in bed. The Tums thing is working, but it takes some time, so I'm still uncomfortable. And my room was very cold last night. It was about 60 degrees. And I actually had chills going to bed. And it took a couple minutes of being under the covers before I was comfortable. And I was like, I don't care for that. I don't care for having chills. The last thing I need is to be sick, and nothing else feels like sick. It just uncomfortable. That's what it is. But once I got to sleep and once the Tums kicked in, I think it was fine. But yeah, it was a weird evening. Not a bad evening, a weird evening. I have not been paying attention to any... Have we gone past? No, we haven't even gotten to Station 2. I'm like, we haven't stopped anywhere. This is Station 2. Okay, I see the bypass. The bypass is present. I'm just sitting here chit-chatting, and I'm like, I've been on this train for forever. I was a hitchhiker in the station. So yeah, I had that last night, and then I had to be up this morning to help with the digger. I suppose I didn't have to be up this morning, but I wanted to be. Which was, I think, just as well, because like we got over to the equipment rental place about 10 minutes after they had opened, and they already had like a line of people that were either trying to rent, trying to return rentals. They were really busy. So I was able to go out into the yard. Hitchhiker. I'm just going to start calling those creatures hitchhikers because they just love trains. Bye. Yeah, I was able to go out into the yard, and there was a guy out there who was able to help me get the digger off and unhitch the trailer. And he was super apologetic. He's like, we're a man down this morning. Sorry that we're slow. And I'm like, you're totally fine, man. I get it. And Dad had gone inside because we didn't know if we needed to find like a person or if a person would come to us. So fortunately, he was already in line because there was a line inside, right? So the yard guy takes like the engine hours off of the digger, and he writes a ticket for me to close us out. And I was able to drive back out front and go into the office, and Dad was like 3 people away from the desk when I was there. And we were both like, well, it's a good thing you came in and got in line while I was out there in the yard. Otherwise, we'd be at the back of the line. You know, Patsy, I thought that was true. So, switching topics back to medical things, right? So, my mom has had a lot of medical stuff. And both moms have, but the mom I live with has had a lot of medical stuff. And I remember distinctly years ago, this is one of those autism things where a piece of information goes into your head and then gets locked down and then is just a random thing that you know. The left side thing I learned because years ago she had like a colonoscopy done. And I remember we were in like the recovery room, and the nurse told her, lay on your left side, it'll help. Because they sort of inflate you when they do a colonoscopy. And then you got to get the air out afterwards. And yeah, the nurse was like, yeah, lay on your left side, it'll help it pass. And then yeah, that's just been in my head ever since. It's like, oh, well, I'm uncomfortable and I'm bloated, I should lay on my left side. It's just a thing that's just been in my head ever since. Can you hear anything I'm saying over this train? I have the microphone right in front of me. I hope you can hear some of it. Though I am competing with the loudest thing in this whole game. remember this one, because isn't... Yeah, that's the bypass up there on the roof. I keep forgetting that I'm doing a thing. I need to see if all of these stations have bypasses, and I think they do. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. I keep forgetting how loud these trains are for you guys. Yeah, I'm a wealth of random facts. One of those perks, superpowers, whatever you call it, of being autistic, that there's just certain information that you pick up and it just sticks. It doesn't even have to be interesting information. It can be trivial information. It just sticks. And unfortunately, sometimes it's not even useful information. It's just random shit. There's a ton of random shit I just know. Okay, this is the last station. Question mark? This is the last station? Why does it still say 3 and 5 on that? And now it says 6. Weird. Anyway, that is the last station, so there's no bypass here. Can I move, please? Because I'm going to get run over by a train here shortly. Thank you. Going to put ramps into all of this. And basically, nitrogen train is done, which is fantastic. Thank you, past me. Actually, I think that would be a 1. The other ones can be 2s. Yes, I know you're unhappy because I disconnected the track. It's okay. Missed one. Fortunately, I don't need it, but I did miss one. Bink. All right, come on up here and give me a ride back to base because it's a long flight. Nitrogen is good to go. So this should be a straight line all the way back. So I'm going to sit here and eat some chicken. So riddle me this. I have an air fryer, right? I buy this chicken. This is Saboba chicken I get from Costco. It's meant to be like an orange crunchy chicken. Like it's got a breading. The breading's supposed to be like gently crunchy. And then it's like an orangish chicken. But the orange flavor is not very strong. Very subtle. I love this stuff. So I'll buy like a couple boxes of it at a time. Each box has 2 bags in it. And honestly, I'll do half a bag each time I cook some. I love this stuff, right? But like I'm following the directions for air fryer, and for air fryer it's like it says 300 degrees for 10 minutes. And to be honest, I'm doing a little over 300. I'm doing like 310, maybe 315. It's not digital, so I don't know the exact number. And instead of 10 minutes, I'm doing like 12. So I'm trying to cook it a little hotter, and I'm trying to cook it a little longer to try and get it to crisp up a little bit. And it just kind of doesn't. And it's still very good chicken, and I enjoy it. But I can't get the breading to crisp up. Do you have any idea why? I was starting to wonder, like, should I, like, cook it for 10 minutes and then switch my air fryer to the toast function and toast it for, like, another couple minutes? I don't know. I still really enjoy this chicken. Why haven't we gotten our green light yet? There's like 2 trains behind me. There's nothing in front of me. There it goes. I don't know, Bouncy. I had my little air fryer, the itty bitty one that I was using, and like I tended to have similar results with it. Like, okay, for comparison, if I put taquitos in, you put like 6 taquitos in, you cook those suckers at like 360-ish for, say, 10 minutes. They're nice and hot. The tortillas are crispy. They're super good. But I can't get this chicken to crisp up. And I've had the same issue with the little air fryer, and I have the same issue with the big new one that I got for Christmas. The chicken's perfectly edible, and parts of it are gently crispy. I just wish I could get more of it to be crispy. Hello, other train. I quite like the weird glass bridges I put in down here. And then made double decker to boot. I will say, I do really like the new big air fryer that I got for Christmas. It does air frying pretty well. And then it's got a toasting function. And I've been using the toasting function as much as the air fryer. Literally toasting bread, making like toasted grilled sandwiches. Put a couple pieces of bread in there with some deli meat, some cheese on them. And it doesn't toast like a toaster. It's different, but it's good. And it's got some other things that it can do, including behaving like a miniature oven that I haven't tried yet. Was really annoyed for a while with it because the timer, so it's all analog controls. It's not digital at all. It's mechanical. And I was really having trouble for a while, the first couple weeks, first several weeks, trying to get the timer to cooperate. Because it seemed like it would count down and it would just sort of get stuck. And the internet's like, well, you need to make sure the spring is wound up enough. So what you do is you turn past what you want and turn it back to. And I'm like, I thought I was. So now I crank the timer on that thing, like up to 30 minutes. And then I'll turn it back down to like 10 for whatever it is. And I'm like, okay. But it has seemed to be more reliable since I started doing it, which is nice. That being said, there are still days where I'll ask my my Alexas to do timers just to make sure that I remember to check on it, because like if the timer doesn't click off, it just sits there with the heating element on, and you could just burn everything that's in it. Alrighty. Nitrogen is good. That's the last one! That's the last one! We did it! We almost did it! Nitrogen is stuck. God damn it. Hold on. I gotta go rescue nitrogen and see what's wrong with it. If I can figure out where the hell it is. I'm more or less pointed right at it. I'm like, we're there! And then I check the map, it's like, we're not quite there yet. The clothes dryer used to do that? Yeah. It's so annoying, right? Like, there's so much smart tech. But like, I like smart tech, but my personal opinion is the more smart things and the more fancy things you put into an object, whether it's an appliance or a car or whatever, the more there is to go wrong with it. It's like, it's nice to have those features when they work, but when they fail, it just makes it more annoying than it would have been to begin with, right? So like, my air conditioner in my bedroom right now, completely analog. It has mechanical switches, mechanical timing. It's on or it's off. It's high or it's low. There's no digital anything. You turn it on and it works. You know, if you've got a bad timer in an all-electronic appliance, you can't fix shit these days. You're just screwed. It just doesn't work. But like, mechanical stuff a lot of times can be messed with. They can be tightened, otherwise fixed. Which is super nice. Is there another train in this direct? There is one train over here that's stuck, but that wasn't the starting train. The initial trains that are stuck are the ones around this station. Why? Because I got you waiting to go out. You can't go out because of what? Because of him? because of him. But yeah, like, you know, you give me like a mechanical device that has like failed to work. I can, if I'm careful, I can take that thing apart very carefully. And I might be able to find the thing that's wrong and be able to either jury rig it or fix it. And you can't do that with all electronic parts. Unless you're like super, super good at fixing digital stuff. You know, soldering iron and all of that sort of thing. And being able to source the parts even. Because here's the thing that I've noticed is that a lot of those electronic parts for TVs and computers and other smart tech, it's all proprietary, right? So the parts are locked down. You can't get them. And if you can get them, they cost more than just buying the thing new. Because of course we live in a disposable society. They want you to simply buy a new one. Don't fix your old one, just toss it. Get a new one. The new ones have better features anyway. Why would you want your old one? I want my old one because it worked. Was this light all I needed? Do I need to re-examine? This is part of nitrogen, isn't it? This is literally the track I was just checking. Holy crap. But yeah, even outside of like electronics, I've noticed that there's a lot of stuff nowadays in this new age of the internet where stores don't carry specialty parts. Increasingly don't carry any kind of specialty parts or anything they consider remotely specialty. But it's like, oh yeah, their company sells the thing you need, but like it's online only. Yeah, TV repair shops like non-existent. Though that being said, we do have a sales place here in town that offers a 50-month warranty for free on any appliance or TV you buy from them. So if it breaks down in the first, that's 4 years and change. You call them up and they'll come and fix it. Whether it's a TV that has a bad board or a washing machine or whatever, they will fix it. But, yeah. So, like, a great example of specialty items screwing you over. Just this last month, we had a water leak in our camper, right? Our camper is a 2007. It's not new. We've had it for quite a while. It has issues, and we've been trying to keep up on them. So we had a leak in one of the water lines going into the bathroom sink. And we're like, okay, well, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Dad and I are both DIYers. We've both done plumbing. We'll figure it out, right? It's probably a bad seal or something that got too cold and froze because we didn't properly winterize. Right. So crawl up under the sink, unscrew it. Like the hardware for the sink faucet itself is 100% standard plumbing sizes, right? But the line that's going in is this thin tubular PEX, PEX plastic. Is it PEX? Anyway, it's a weird plastic tube. It's not like a hose. It's not like a pipe, right? It's this pretty rigid tubular plastic shit that I think was called PEX. Anyway, and then it has like a standard like plumbing end on it, right? And in that plumbing end, there was a washer that was also pretty standard. Unfortunately, the PEX stuff had like cracked above the seal. And that was why it was leaking. It was spraying out anytime you applied pressure to it. And it was like, okay, well, it's a standard plumbing part, right? It shouldn't be hard to get. None of the trailer places in town have anything like it. We go over to like Camping World, for instance, to ask, and the lady there didn't even know what we wanted. Like, she goes in the back and comes out with this huge roll of tubing that's the wrong size and has no plumbing ends on it or anything. And it's like, is this what you're looking for? Nobody in town has this PEX pipe stuff. Dad looks it up online and supposedly Home Depot has it, right? So we go over to Home Depot and we do find that they have like the tubes. They do not come with pre-attached plumbing ends. They're not the right length. So we'd have to put our own ends on it. We'd have to link like two pieces together and then cut it to size. And like, we're talking to the people there about the plumbing fittings that we'll need for it, and they're just lost. Like, they can't wrap their head around how you would get from the size of the PEX tubing to the size of a standard like faucet connection. It's like they don't have, you know, I don't know, the experience, the knowledge, or whatever to figure out which attachments we need. We can't find the attachments we need. The whole thing just gets increasingly frustrating. It's like, this should not be hard. The ends are a standard plumbing size. It's like 3/4 inch or something. So in the end, right, we've got the piece of pipe, tube, whatever you want to call it. And it has the original manufacturer's like stamping along it. You know, saying who made it, why they made it, what it is, and all that shit. I'm able to see enough of the manufacturer's name that I was able to Google them and find them. And it's a company that makes that shit, right? Obviously. They still exist. So Dad ends up calling them. And they ended up being able to redirect him to like a distributor of theirs that sells their shit. And he was able to talk to that distributor and finally get a replacement piece. And even then, the replacement he got was not the right length. They had to send two pieces, a long one and a short one, that were conjoined together. But it had the ends on it and the seals and everything. So we literally had to go to the manufacturer and have the hitchhiker, and have the manufacturer direct us to one of their sales companies that buys from them before we were able to find this part. And Dad and I are talking about it, and it's like, we could go over to the RV repair place in town that does like the work on our RV when we need things fixed. We could go to them and say, hey, this pipe leaks in our sink, please fix it. And they would have fixed it, because they have a huge catalog, and they would have just gone in and called up somebody and been like, hey, send this pipe to me, and it would have been done. And it's like, but it's almost like we're civilians, we're just not allowed access to that information when we go looking for it. Because you walk into the same freaking dealer and say, hey, I want this pipe for our trailer because it's leaking. And they're like, sorry, we don't have it. Don't know where you get it. And it's like, how do you not know, as an RV dealer, where you would get this if I literally could come in and be like, hey, fix this for me? And I know you would, and then charge me out the nose for it. That is becoming more and more commonplace, we found, as DIYers, is that more and more we can't find anything that we would even consider basic parts or equipment to make repairs on our own thing. It's all being locked behind basically the internet paywall. You can't walk into a store, find the thing you need, and leave with it. They're all like, well, we probably have it online. I know you might have it online. I wanted to walk into a store, buy it, and leave with it. I wanted it now. People did used to help out more, or at least it felt like it. The difference there is the training, right? So in the oldie days, even when I was younger, like, you would go to a local hardware store. It was owned by a guy who was a local. It was run by people that he knew and he had hired. They were knowledgeable because they did a lot of work with the tools and parts that that hardware store sold themselves, right? They're carpenters, they're DIYers, they're home repair people. Now, you've got stores like Home Depot that are these massive conglomerates. They're huge, massive commercial companies, and they're all about that bottom dime, and they're more interested in getting people in and out the door, right? So their training isn't about what tool does what. Their training is super basic, like, you know, if a customer wants this, this is where it is. And this is how you rent power tools and things like that. Literally, we'll go in to Home Depot, right? And we'll be in an aisle and we can't find the thing we're looking for. So we'll push the button for a helper to come, right? And the helper comes and we'll ask him, where is this thing? And he'll pull out his little work computer tablet doodaddy PDA thing. And he'll look it up on it because he doesn't know. It's a massive warehouse store. How is he going to know where every little odd and end is, especially if it's not a department that he actually works in, right? So when we were younger, we had specialty stores where people ran them and worked in them who knew the specialty. And now we have these massive generalized warehouses that just have everything. And you'd need to be like a 20-year employee, or at least a 10-year employee at a lot of these massive warehouse stores to have any idea where anything is. And then about the time you think you know where anything is, then they remodel the store and move it all. Okay, so that was nitrogen again. I'm not going to celebrate prematurely, but I think we finally got it. There's no warning lights anywhere on the map. But yeah, it's becoming more and more true. Even if you go to the specialty stores, like the little hardware stores, a lot of them, you know, the old guy that started that particular franchise, who knew his way around a wrench and had a shop of his own previously and all that stuff, and had hand hired his, you know, main staff, they've all retired. You know, and those stores have been taken over by younger generations who are loyal to the corporation, and it's about the money, it's not about the service anymore, and they become less and less helpful for each generation that they go through, because the training isn't there anymore, the experience isn't there anymore, and you can still find very experienced people in these stores, but the chances of you finding the experienced person in the field that you specifically need when you walk in seems to be increasingly rare and difficult. It's more and more that you walk in and you get the kid who, bless his heart, hasn't got a clue what you need or where it is, and he's just gonna try and help. Because I've been there. I've totally been there, right? I did it at Walmart when I worked at Walmart, where I'm like, I have no idea where that is, but it might be in this department. Good luck. I did it at Sears when I worked at Sears, because I would, or not Sears, Kmart, sorry. I would get calls from Sears to Kmart, because I worked in electronics at Kmart, and I was supposed to also oversee like the home goods, where all of the like kitchenware was, and I would literally get calls from Sears in the mall at the time to ask, hey, do you have thus and such a product? And I'm like, let me look. I don't know what the hell they want or where it is. I know it's some pots and pans. So I'd go away for 5 minutes, maybe see if I could find it, come back to the phone and go, oh, sorry, I don't think I have it. So yeah, I've been there. I know how it goes. It doesn't make it any less frustrating when it happens to me, when I go in looking for a certain thing and there's nobody to help me. You look it up on your phone. You know what's funny? I did that today. We're in the plumbing aisle. We're trying to find the epoxy stuff, the plumbing goop. I can't think of the name. We're in the aisle, and I'm like, I don't see it. Should we ask somebody? And I'm like, wait a second, let me look it up. And you just bring up Lowe's on your phone, search for the item, and not only does it show, oh, it's in stock at your store, it will show you where. It's like aisle 12, bay 8. I was like, oh, 8's right here. Hey, look, there's the thing. I've done it at Walmart too, because you can do the same thing with with Walmart.com or the Walmart app or whatever, where you can literally look up an item and see where it is in the store if you can't find it. And the funny thing is if you find an associate who doesn't know where it is, they're doing the same thing. Whether it's on their phone or on their work PDA thing, they're doing the same thing. They're looking it up on a store directory to see if they have it and where. Anyway, the trains have officially been optimized. Look at this. I hereby declare, until further notice, the accordion is complete. I need to find out what our new stats are. Let me see if I can find a blank sticky note here somewhere. Actually, where did all of my other sticky notes go? Oh, there you are. Okay. I need to clean my desk. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know what that note is from. Let me erase that. So we're gonna update train stats. So starting with nitrogen. I want to do an update on stations, I think. I want to double check stations and I want to update trains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains. And 7 stations. Button. Not that button. Okay, that's 2 and 2. It's a 2, not a Z, I swear. Stop hitting that button. That one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stations. E. Have an efficient day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 trains on 7 stations. Excuse me, I'm trying not to burp into the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 trains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stations. Hello? And I've done this right. Trains should be showing up here literally every like 30 to 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trains, including expresses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. Hold on. 9? Is that 9? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 stations. Three, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's a lot of stations on this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stations. 6 trains on 12 stations for sulfur. Five and 7, 8. Nope, get out of that menu. I see another warning light. God damn it. It's the nitrogen trains. I didn't add or change anything on nitrogen before I test drove it. Why is it suddenly broken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stations. E. Holy crap. This has got iron and deuterium together, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is a lot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trains there. And then 9 stations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 12 stations. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's everything on the main lines. What about the mini loops? So we put that down. Let's go freaking rescue nitrogen again. I love how when I get close to any of the trains, they all have to hiss. So why did you guys decide to pile up? And should I start using path signals? So I don't think there's another siding down here before main base. So let's put one in. That's long enough for a train. I got space. I can make it longer. Should make it longer. Actually, you know what? Ah. Interesting that. All right, so that way is the main station, right? So what I'm going to try and put here is some of these pathing symbols. Theory is I get rid of you. This thing instead. That was not my fault. That you have to ask that thing permission to go through here, right? I want you all to stay gridlocked for a minute while I figure this out, or attempt to, right? That one can be a straight green because you're just going straight onto a siding station thing. But on this end, it's going to do it again. Watch. Haha, I got it in time. You are stuffed. My last piece of chicken. I'm on an alien planet with unlimited resources. Who needs insurance? I'm literally floating. I'm God here. I don't need insurance. Actually, I don't have to do that. I just have to do that. I think it's fine. My cats in the background being themselves. Oh, hello. That wasn't the train I was expecting, but welcome. So nitrogen just became my test platform for these path signals and my theory about a way to use them. I'm gonna at least go down. Holy shit, how far is the next station? There should be another crossover up here, right? I think there's one. Yeah, right there where that train is. Conveniently at the signal. So I want to put this right there. But I don't want you to move. So you know what? That was the wrong button. I'm going to just go ahead and do this. Then I can delete this. Replace it with this. Replace it with this. Okay. I'm not going to change any more of the signals. I'm going to turn that back on. So what we've learned so far would seem to indicate that by having the path signals before the unified lines will force it to decide who gets to go through versus playing red light, green light, which is what it's been doing. But you have to have one on each side going into it, at least. So that's what we're going to test. It would be a hell of a thing if I get this far in and then finally figure out how to use the damn pathing signals. So I think I should be able to untie this by grabbing one of the trains and just backing it up to that new siding I made between the station up here and the base. Theoretically, I can take this train and just back it up. Back it up. And that should be enough. I don't even think that needs to be a pass signal, which it is right now. I think it can be a regular signal. Fine. And self-driving's back on this. That's still not going. Can you two not fight directly under my chair? Okay, so that one's not going, because this one's not going. Why? Okay. Okay, that one's coming. Okay. So then you should go next, right? So are you not going because this guy's coming? He's stopping. He stopped. He has stopped at that siding I put in. But this one is still not turning. Why? Did I forget a signal down there? I don't think I did. Those trains changed position. This light just went green. Okay, that one's moving. This one's waiting. This one's coming back. I don't know why that one train was stuck in the station. These are sort of doing kind of what I thought they would. With these path signals. So this is positive progress. So the way I've got it set up, basically on all these other lines, like right here, it's red light, green light. When the singular track clears, and if there's trains at both ends, it's whichever train can get more momentum first is the train that gets to go. Versus what I've got going on down here, these path signals going into the single line on either end, which is with even just like a regular signal coming out, is enough to let it go, oh hey, let's have the train on this side go, and then the train on the other side wait. I think that's what's happening. Okay, I need to count the rest of my trains. Train stations. Don't remember. No, because those are separate lines. So copper 3. Those are like separate stations. So that's an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's an additional 8 section stations. I swear I know I have like additional iron ones. Or is it another copper ring? I thought it was iron. There's 2 stations right there on top of one another, right? You think? That's that extra iron station. Those ones with the numbers that aren't related to anything, so... What station is that? What train just went into it? I can't tell. I have no idea. Where's 135? Oh, those are the water line for the one upstairs. That's 2 more stations there. Which I believe also has 2 trains, or 3 trains. It has 2 or 3 trains. Because it's the plutonium one that's up there that just hauls the water back and forth. So that's an additional 2 stations, and that's an additional line. And yeah, that's... I'm pretty sure that's just 3 trains. Yeah, that's an additional 3 trains. Don't think. No, I know I can't. I can't see the extra iron. I know there's an extra iron loop. But I can't see it from here. So I'm gonna have to go find it. I'm trying to not even get on. "4A" and 4C. Those are the only two stations this train even goes to. I don't remember where it is. It's either... I know there was a secondary loop in the Southern Glades. And I think that was the copper one I was just looking at. I think the iron one is in the Dead Marshes. There's an entire red train over there. Speaking of nitrogen, that's a nitrogen train right there. And now we're racing it. another one of my favorite bridges thus far. Good looking bridge. And this was one of my most ambitious train stations. 4 stations combined, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top. While you're doing that, I'm going to fly directly over to the Dead Marshes, because this is the other station here, and this should be copper. That's copper. So we've got the copper one. The other one is the iron one, which is going to be sort of maybe... Nope, that's too far north. I need to go... Where's my mouse? Oh, actually, that's not a bad trajectory. A little bit this way. Uppy. Like I would hurt myself, but still. Okay, so it's you. No. That shows all of them. Also, why is this light not on? Sure seem like they should be. They definitely don't seem like they are. Oh, they are. Okay, so it was these stations that are just straight numbers. So that's an additional 2 trains. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stations. Anyone headed back to base? If I could catch another iron train, they're usually coming through here every couple of seconds. In fact, here comes one now. It's the same train, I think. If it is, good catch. Just take that back to base. And while it's going, let's do a little math. So that's 90 trains. And it looks like it's still 135 stations. That sounds right. I think our train count doubled. Oh, the lag. According to this, I had 133 train stations, and according to my math, I have 135. And yes, my number of trains slightly more than doubled. So there's more than 14 lines if you include the spurs. Because there's the plutonium one, and then there's the 2 mini loops. So that would be an extra 3. So there's 14 main lines. It would be 15. Even if you said the mini loops are part of the same thing, the plutonium is its own thing. That's at least 15. The math says that there's 90 individual trains, and if I did this math right, 135 train stations. Oh, right, because there's an extra 2 for the plutonium line. So there you go. There's our extra 2. I don't know what this means, but it's wrong. Oh, well, it's... No, that's still every... That's still 35. How do you do the additional... something like that? Why is this all the way at the bottom of the screen? Oh. That's why it's all the way at the bottom of the screen. Because that's supposed to be the accordion, and that's supposed to be everything. So the accordion would still be 14 at 133 stations. And it would be 89 trains. So that would be everything that's directly related to the accordion, and then this is for absolutely everything. So yeah, if my math isn't wrong, 90 individual trains on the entire map, 135 stations, which includes the two mini loops, one for copper, one for iron, plus the plutonium train over there that's bringing water into the plutonium plant. And then for storage, 1,440 individual storage boxes with 69,000 slots that can hold 6.9 million items. Yay! There's like a shorthand for additional. I couldn't remember what it was. I thought 43 was a lot. We have officially more than doubled. More than doubled our trains on this map. We went from 43 to 90. Absolutely insane. And I'm sure there's people out there that have way more than that, but I'm genuinely proud of that. For good. How long have we been in this? Let me see where we're at. The last time it saved, we had hit 250 hours. 250 hours into this build. 250 hours. I think I'm gonna be pretty proud of that milestone. I hadn't realized that we were that close to 250. You watched it happen. I freaking did it, and I'm still amazed. Like I knew this was going to be a project, but I I don't know if I would have done it if I had guessed how much would be involved. I haven't I cannot honestly remember the last time I had put this much effort into one game. I think I can be pretty proud of that, especially on a solo build. I mean, yeah. It is 20 minutes after midnight. I've been streaming for about 10 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and hang it up for tonight. I've got tomorrow to keep going. I've got plans to keep going. So I don't have a time in mind, but unless something comes up, I will definitely see it tomorrow, which is now today. But nonetheless, welcome, welcome to 250, the big 250, and so much, so much left to do. There's so many bridges that haven't been built. There's so many stations that haven't been finished. There's this ton of empty space on just the board that I built so far. I haven't even begun. I haven't begun the main structure that I have in my head. I haven't started it. All I have is this giant metal plate and that central little thing that the elevator's sitting on. There's more. There's more. There's more planned that I've been wanting to do. Yeah. So, yeah. My brain's feeling cooked. I am the tired. I'm sidetracked because I'm gonna go and update a title. Anyway, as always, I really do appreciate you hanging out. For anyone who joined in long enough for a little bit, left a lurk, I always appreciate it. It does help the channel out. This is an ongoing project, and you can see how far it's gone. If you find it interesting and want to see where it goes from here, feel free to leave a like, a follow, a sub. It's all free. It helps the channel out, and you'll get notifications when I go live because I do this as a hobby, and I don't have any kind of a set stream schedule. I do this around work. So if you came and hung out, I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna finish my caffeine, maybe watch a Markiplier, and head to bed. So if you want to join me in the next one, I look forward to it. I really, truly, actually am planning on tomorrow. So Pouncy, as always, appreciate you. Glad you had a chance to hang out. Hope it made your day a little bit better. And I will see you, well, I would say in the next one, but I will see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself and have a good night.